much work. It is truly an honor and privilege to have amongst us Ms. Sunita Malhotra, who has spent more than 2 decades with the World Bank in India. We welcome you, ma'am. I also take much pleasure in extending a warm welcome to our principal, Professor Shiv Kumar Sehdev, head of the department, Ms. Iti Dandona, teachers, and all the participants. Shivaji College is an esteemed college under the flagship of University of Delhi, accredited with Grade A by NAC and Grade A under the illustrious Star College Scheme, an initiative of the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. It gives all of us an immense pleasure that the college recently concluded its Diamond Jubilee celebrations last year. Over the course of 60 years since the college was founded, we have achieved great milestones in academia, infrastructure, cultural enrichment, and community service, with a vision to transform society as well as the nation. In the wake of the global pandemic crisis, the college shifted to online platforms and became a state-of-the-art, technologically advanced institution under the guidance of our principal. He is the face of change of this college in the new normal. I now invite our principal sir, Professor Shiv Kumar Sehdev, distinguished academician in the field of mathematics, to welcome our distinguished speaker, Ms. Sunita Malhotra,
Hello.
and enlighten us
Hello, ma'am.
with his words of wisdom.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, good morning.
Who's speaking?
Ma'am, your like a meeting is attached with any server, so ma'am, your meeting will be, ma'am, like attached with someone, so you can end this meeting, ma'am.
Who's speaking?
Ma'am, I am an officer of Zoom class, ma'am.
Okay, so
No.
we didn't get you. I'm sorry.
No. I think there's somebody else who has just entered our meeting, so you can just remove this person. I don't know.
Okay, ma'am, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good sign that we have some technical glitch, and now we are starting. So, Ms. Smita Malhotra ji, my dear colleagues and dear students, a very warm good afternoon. We are on the verge of morning to afternoon. So, very warm good afternoon to all of you. We all know that data analysis is very important. If we need any policy making or any program, we need some data and we have to analyze it. And many engineers are working on this. Every company needs data analyst. And today our economics department has organized this workshop on open data. I'm very happy. And I'm sure that you all will enjoy. And we have with us Ms. Sunita Malhotra ji. I'm very thankful on behalf of my college. She has spared her valuable time for this hands-on workshop. So thank you very much and enjoy this talk. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. We are honored by the presence of distinguished speaker Ms. Sunita Malhotra today. Before I request ma'am to throw more light on the topic open data, it is my greatest pleasure to take you on a short journey through her iconic career. Ms. Sunita Malhotra has been working with the World Bank in India for more than 20 years. She believes in the power of knowledge and works to empower the youth by organizing competitions, discussions, trainings, and hosting knowledge sessions at various youth events. She facilitates open data and open development trainings, which help inform academicians, researchers, policymakers, bureaucrats, and journalists about the World Bank's data resources and knowledge products. She also organizes and facilitates series of discussions by senior economists of the World Bank at many educational institutions of repute in India. Prior to joining the bank, she has worked at the American Center within the private sector and for an NGO, as well as a library management software company called Lipsys for automation of libraries. It is indeed a pleasure to have you here, ma'am. May I now request you to share your exposition on the topic open data.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Megha, for such a lovely introduction to the topic also. And my sincere thanks to Principal Sir, Dr. Professor Sachdeva, for coming and giving encouragement to the students to learn more about data. As he rightly said, that data is the future of now most of the jobs. And as it was like oil earlier, where oil was the main topic and main economy of the countries, now data analysis is coming as a main topic for the countries. And any economist who any student or any person who would like their career in economics, they must understand what World Bank is doing. And the World Bank is coming up with so much of information. It's collecting all information from all the international organizations and putting it together for use of all of you. And the thing which I'm going to show you today, it was highly priced at $3,500 per annum. And now it is given free for everyone to use it, to help us improve it and get associated with the World Bank. So I'll also show you how you can use this for your research purpose, the data. And in the beginning, I'll just give you a small introduction about the World Bank, just in 4 or 5 slides, so that you at least know what World Bank is doing and what it is, and how it is its organizational structure is, because most of the people, they do say that it is run by US, but I would like to share you how we run. And then at the end, I'll tell you about your career development in the World Bank and how you can get associated in various competitions and quizzes, etc. So to start with, I'll try to now show my screen. I'll stop my video and share the screen. Okay. Can you see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but I'll have to bring it to this format. Okay. First of all, how it started, how the World Bank started. So as you all must have learned, because of an economic student, you all must be knowing that during the World War II, there was a need for the Europe to reconstruct. So this World Bank started with its name, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, under the Bretton Woods. And at the same time, there was another institute under the same roof which came up, which was IMF and International Monetary Funds. You must have heard about that also. And these two organizations, they look after the economic development, but their roles are little different. One, International Monetary Fund looks after only the monetary conditions of the countries, and it comes and helps the countries when they are in crisis. But World Bank, with its new name, which is helping countries for the development of those countries, always. It's always helping, whether you are in crisis or you are low income country or middle income country. And so how it started, its first loan, it was given to France for reconstruction. And then at that time, lots of countries who had taken loan from the World Bank, from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development at that time, which is called IBRD, Austria, Australia, Denmark, Japan, they are now the donor. They are all developed countries now. And they have started helping other countries through World Bank. And India was member of World Bank, IBRD, you can say, right from the beginning, from 1944. But at that time, there were only 44 members, but now we have 189 members. So how it evolved, it was like in 50s, it worked on infrastructure, then rural development and how it went into education and health, then fiscal transformation, social development, governance. And then later on, after 2000, after the millennium, when this government started thinking of dedicated freight corridor, so we helped government to do that, and it's helping passenger trains and helping goods train to reach faster and all that. So then Swachh Bharat, then Ganga rejuvenation, inland waterways, all these are some very few projects which I have mentioned here. Women empowerment and COVID also, we have done a lot of work during COVID period also, and funded more than $3 million to the country. So this is like, as I said, it's 108, it works like a cooperative. There are 189 member countries, and the finance minister of each country is the governor of the World Bank. And they meet annually and to discuss the policies and future plans of the World Bank and the major topics where World Bank should put more investment. And these governors, they delegate duties to their executive officers. They are very senior level IAS officers who have full-fledged office in Washington. And like India's executive director is working for Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. So that is how, you know, this there are only 25 executive directors because each one looks after 3 or 4 countries. And the president of the World Bank reports to these executive directors. So you can see the hierarchy, that the finance minister, then executive directors, and then the president of the World Bank, who looks after the daily work of the bank. So as I said in the beginning, it was like IBRD. It was the loan was given to the middle income countries, but later on India decided that India suggested, in fact, that we should give loan to the low income countries also. And then the International Development Agency was formed in 1960, which started giving loan to low income countries. And today, after 2017, India has become low and middle income country, lower middle income country. It is not getting any IDA funding after 2017. So then there are World Bank's thought of helping private sector also. So International Finance Corporation and Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, these 2 organizations were formed. And we have offices of World Bank, which is working with the government, and IFC in India. So for your information, because if you would like to work in the private sector also, you can, you should know that there is a branch of International Finance Corporation in India. And then the 5th agency which came was International Council for Settlement of Investment Dispute, which was just helping in dispute of within various countries. So the middle IBRD, as said, it was, you know, the loan was spread up to 35 years and it was given at a very minimum rate, but IDA was giving loan at 0%, and it was to be paid in 38 years with 6 years grace period. And if being an economist, you can know that if a loan is given at 0% rate and to be paid after 38 years, what would be the benefit to the countries and what would be the value of that loan? So this works only with the private sector. We have more than 16,000 staff, and some short-term consultants are also hired for say 3 months, 6 months, or 2 years or 3 years, like that kind of appointments are also given. And all countries and have country office, and India is mostly, I think India is the biggest country office after Washington. Washington is our headquarter, and all the nationalities you can find in our office. So the main goal of the World Bank was to end extreme poverty and boost shared prosperity. And we work in all the regions all over world. Why I'm showing you these regions? Because later on when we go to the data, you can also search data by these regions, by these European Union, small states, middle income countries, low income countries, and all those kind of things. So we work in all the sectors, all the development sectors, I should say, environment and natural resources, agriculture, health, nutrition, social protection, and all these sectors we are working in. And there are some cost-cutting solutions that these sectors should have: job opportunities, climate consideration, private-public partnership, gender involvement, and all. So we make sure that projects in these sectors have all these cross-cutting solutions. So now let's come to this, how we get here. Like we were working from 1944 in so many countries, and all the documents since 1944 are kept in an archive in Washington. So if anybody would like to do research on that, they can still find those documents and can find out that how we evolved and how India evolved, or some other countries if you want to do research on some other countries. And then from 1960 onwards, we started publishing a lot of publications, which you still find we publish. We are a big publishing house also. And we started giving free copies to all the countries. So we have 19 depository libraries in India who were getting free publication. One of them was IEG, International Economic Growth, which is in Delhi University, and IIPA, International, Indian Institute of Public Administration. So these two are in Delhi. If you still want to get some, read some documents, earlier documents, you can find it there. And from 1993, we started sharing all the project informations also. And we started evolving and started sharing more and more, and changed our policies accordingly. But in 2010, when the Right to Information Act came and access to information for US and Mexico came, we started sharing everything with few exceptions. Everything is now available on the website. And why? Because information is power, but only if people are able to use it, access it, then only it gives power to people. So this is our access to information policies based on these 5 principles. And this 5th principle, right to appeal, it came in 2010, where if you don't find any document on the website and you know that document exists through some other sources, you can always appeal to the World Bank, that there is an appeal board where you can appeal that we are not getting this document and World Bank is not providing this document. Please help us. So that's right to appeal. This committee consists of 3 members, which are non-bank people. So these are the 10 exceptions where nobody will share any information with you, like security information or ED's office communication and other information. But there are 2 different colors, like gray color, which is shared after 5, 10 or 20 years. And this, like financial forecast and financial analysis, etc., we do it for our own purpose, because we sell bonds in the international market to fund the IBRD projects. So these financial forecasts and financial analysis are shared only after, say, 5 years of its inception, or 10 years or 20 years, which is automatically declassified through the system. So you must have heard lots of kind of data. So what is data? First of all, data is like quantities, characters, symbols on which any operations is performed by the computer. And it is transmitted in the form of electronic signals and can be recorded on optical, mechanical recording media, etc. So what are the different type of data we hear? We hear much more than this: open data, big data, micro data, geospatial data. So these data can be qualitative or quantitative, but we will today talk only about the open data. So I'll just skip this big data. You must have heard about big data, and we will talk about micro data also. And spatial data is that geospatial data, which is like, looking into the physical picture of location. And it is GIS is also normally used to retrieve the data and all. So this also, I will show you an app where you can use this kind of data also. So what is an open data? So data which can be searched, you can find easily online, and it is available in editable format. Earlier, the data was available in PDF, JPG, and those kind of imaginary formats, which was not, you cannot do anything with that. You had to, when people were coming to our office, they were either looking from the books or they were getting it on the floppy disk or CD, where then they have to write down and then work on it. It was very time consuming, but now data is available in editable format, all this Excel, JSON, CSV and all that formats. And you can also, it's also available in application programming format, where you can develop apps through this data. So you can use it, reuse it, redistribute it. You can commercially use it. Only thing you have to do is you have to attribute to the publisher. So these terms of use you must see before reusing this data. So this is data freely available, data easy to use and reuse, and easy to find. So this is the kind of, by click of mouse, you will get the different kind of, charts and formats. So now I will like to move to the online presentation. So can you see this World Bank website?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
somebody tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the main website, www.worldbank.org. You can always read about board of directors, board of governors, which I mentioned. You can come here and history of the bank or organization structure in more details if you want to do some research on these. These are some of the units, like the inspection panel, grievances redressal, and independent evaluation group. These are doing independent work on the projects where we get complaints and things like that. So today's topic, I will just take you straight to the data, what we do. And under that, we are funding a lot of projects, and we are working on a lot of topics and knowledge products. So we go to data first. Here you have data in two different formats. You can browse it by country or by indicator. Let's do the indicators. So this data by indicator is put into different themes like agriculture, aid effectiveness, climate change, and there are lots of other themes, which whatever you would like to go for. And let's do either we go to economy and growth, or we just type in here the indicator which we are looking for. GDP, when I say, it shows me that there are different kind of GDP data. Which one do you want? I just say, let's do the first one. It immediately gives us the total words data. Okay. So, and it starts from 1960 onwards. Some data you will find that they will be starting from 1990, some data later on, because that indicator was generated or created after 1990 or so. So this GDP was right from the beginning, and let's say we want it from 2000 only, or we say we want it from 1990. So we drag this uh, button and we reach to 1990. Now we don't want world data and we want to see India's data. Just type in India here and you will get India. And now we want to compare this with, say, other countries, Korea. I'm just randomly taking the countries, Korea, and let's say Italy. Okay, so all these countries, they will keep coming on the list. Let's say China. What happens when we take China? Because China's GDP is too high, so the system automatically adjusts the scale. So now these three countries have come at the bottom, like lying straight line, where China's GDP is growing so fast. So that is how it works. So let's remove China so that we can see our picture more clearly. But for your study purpose, you can use whatever you want to, whichever country you want to use it. So here, now we can also see the similar values or values from the same region or highest or lowest value also in the chart format. Here you can see again, there are so many countries who have similar values. So here United Kingdom, very close to India and Italy, France. Here you come, this is total South Asia's this thing, Russian Federation. So Sub-Saharan Africa and these. So this is how you can, and when you bring your cursor to any of these dots, it gives you value, the year and the value out on that particular year. So here you can see South Asia and India's this thing, United Kingdoms. So all this is there. Let's stop showing these small lines. You can also put it into the bar format, India, Italy, Korea, but then it will give you the latest bar format. But with the lines, you can have different years. You can also share it. Here you can copy this image and share it with in your research report. You can embed it with this code. You put it in your online presentation and it will update your presentation as and when our data is updated. And you can also share this page through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So this is how you can share this information. And this small I is the definition of the indicator. Like if what is GDP current US and what is the difference in GDP constant 2015, you can say, or what is the difference in GDP current LCU. There were so many different GDPs which were coming up when we searched for GDP. So it gives you exact definition what exactly this GDP current US dollar means. And moreover, it also gives you long definition, periodicity, that when it is updated, and all the metadata also of that. I'll show you how the metadata you can see. So this is what about this indicator, and moreover, under the indicator major name, you will find the source of that information. World Bank National Accounts Data and OECD National Accounts Data file. So these are the source of this data. right? You can straight from here, you can shift to another indicator, either select from here, this place, or let's say, I would say here GNI, and I say GNI Atlas method. So now here you have a different, your countries are the same and your chart is now different. It is now GNI. And by the way, this GNI Atlas method, current US dollar, is the way how we categorize the countries into low income or middle income. I'll just show you what is the range of these low income and middle income. Okay, so low income countries are less than or equal to 1035. This is also in US dollar, billion US dollars, and lower middle income countries where this is the range. So India is like in 2020, it has gone into 1900 GNI per capita. So it is reduced, but it is still in lower middle income countries. And these are the values for the upper middle income countries. So this is how you can also see. And here you have table for all these 3 countries which you have selected. You can copy this table to your research reports. And at the bottom, you have table for all the countries. And it is in alphabetical order of the countries. You can see it in the ascending and descending order. Right? This is the ascending order, and let's see the descending order. Just by click of mouse, you are doing all these things. So you can see United States GDP is also growing very fast. This small chart here also shows you about the country's growth. China's GDP is growing very fast. Japan, up and down, you can see it's come down. But then Germany, United Kingdom, France, and India's GDP is also growing. So this is how, so India is at the 7th position in the world with respect to GNI per capita. So, and you can download all these files in CSV, XML, and Excel format. And you can even download the complete World Development Indicator tables. So this is about the indicators. You can select from here, or you can type in another new indicator and go in for the same countries. You can add countries, you can delete countries, whatever you want to do. Now let's go to data catalog. I'm doing it little fast because of the time. So in data catalog, we have different kind of data sets. If you have any question, just put it into the chat box. We'll take all the questions at the end. And here we have different data for better lives is our World Development Report, which is our flagship report, which, this World Development Report comes every year with different topics. And mostly the topics are repeated after every, say, 10 to 12 years. And data for better lives, we are doing a lot of courses on that for data analytics and what is the meaning of data for better life. And we are doing a lot of webinars on that. So if you are interested in those, you can attend those. I'll show you how to do that. And World Development Indicator is the one which normally being used by all the researchers, which is, if you see the overview, it's available in different languages, and it's last updated on December 16, 2021. So all these countries' geographical information is there. You can download data in CSV format. You can download in, and these are the updates and developer documentation. As I said, if you want to create apps with this data, you can download. If you have any problem, there is a help and feedback button, or there are name of the contact people. You can write to them if you want any further information, or if you find some discrepancy in the data, you can inform them. So we'll do data bank. So this is how it looks. So we have already selected one database, but there are 154 data sets which are available. You can see all the statistical capacity, poverty, Millennium Development Goals, SDGs, our population estimates, our global economic monitor. So the various data sets which you can search through, poverty, or just say education, only gender, only education statistics, you can think of that. Okay. So we now select countries. So let's say we select Bangladesh, and we select any other country. India, of course. Let's do India. Either you click here on these alphabets, or you can type in this box. Japan. What else? Mexico, let's say. Okay, now series. Let's see series. What do you want from the series? Let's say access to electricity. Or you can also again type here whatever you want. And this small I again gives you the definition of the indicator. This small I you will find everywhere along whenever there is any indicator. And here you can select the time. During when we were searching indicators, it was giving you a straight range, either from 1990 you can take till the end, or you have to take the straight range. Here you can select alternate years, or whatever you want to do. Let's say we take only the even number, we remove the odd number, the even numbers, and keep the even numbers here. Now we come and say apply changes. It shows us that Bangladesh, because Bangladesh was our country selected first, this is in the alphabetical order. So it shows us Bangladesh. Either you keep on changing the country here, or what you can do, you go to layout on the left hand side. We have two different types, customize. You can customize your own layout, or you go to popular layouts, where here you can see country is the main page, series is the column, and time is the row. But where here we have only one series. So what we would like to do, that we want series to be the page. So there will be different options which you might have to select. If you are selecting two indicators and only single time, so maybe you can take time as a page. So it depends how you select your data. So this is the table which we got. So you can see Japan has 100% electricity. Mexico has reached to 100% in 2017. India and Bangladesh are still lagging behind. So there's a good research purpose that why these countries are ahead of us, and what we can do to become 100%, or what government should do, what kind of policies we should define. So these are different ways to see. And here you can even change the series. You can add more countries. Let's say we add countries, available countries, and which country do we add? Let's add Canada. Now selected are 5. Apply changes. So you can see Canada has also come into the list. That again 100%. Okay, you can add series, or you can change the series from here. Let's say we remove access to electricity and select some other mobile subscription. Okay. So here we have mobile cellular subscription. Taking total will not make sense because each country has different population. So we take per 100 people. Okay. And we just say apply changes. The same countries and you will get a different data. Now this mobile subscription per 100 people. Japan has more than one mobile per person. And you can see the other countries are not all the countries are, but Bangladesh has also more than one mobile. And you are aware that rural population normally doesn't have, all of them don't have a mobile phone at home. There is only one mobile phone works for the whole family. So means the richer people are having more than one connection, or what could be the reason. You can also work on this. So there are different indicators where you can do different kind of researches on that. Like India has only 84, and why Bangladesh is ahead of us, right? Is it people are taking connection and then leaving, not using it, or what could be the reason? So there are various things. Now let's go see these things into the form of chart just by click of mouse. You can display format numbers, put header and footer also on these tables. So now when we click on chart, we get line style, but because they are overlapping, we are not able to understand. So what we do, we go to styles and we do it into vertical bar. You can see these vertical bars. Here again, you can add more countries, or you can still remove some countries. Let's say we don't want to see, this is Japan. Japan has 100% or more than that. Let's remove Japan from here. And now we have these 4 countries, right? So again, you can change it to x-axis, y-axis, or you can type in anything. You can save this report. When you save it, it will ask you for login first. So you have to give your details, login and email ID, etc. And then you can save it. I'll just say mobile subscription. And I'll show you where will we find these saved reports, so that tomorrow when you come to work on the same data again, you don't have to repeat the previous work. And this chart has been successfully saved, and we'll show you how. And you can also share it through Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, or the link. You can embed the code. It will show you how you can, here. You can embed it into your reports. You can again share it, download it, and print it. There's a print option is also available. If you hide this, you can see it, the full screen and so on. Now so you can take it into map format. I'll not do it. Just by click of mouse, you will get all the maps. Metadata is again the data of from where this information being taken. It has taken me to the page where we have saved the reports. Here you can see mobile subscription report. When we click it, will take us to the report which we have saved. So I clicked on metadata. Why it is not showing? So this is the metadata, like, you are more familiar with India, so I'll just take you because it's a lower middle income country. Indian rupees is the currency used. So census data is being used. 2011 demographic health and this survey is used. So all this information, PPP surveys year 2017 and 2011 are used for this data. Consolidated central government accounting concept is used. So all this is about the metadata from where information has been collected. Because World Bank does not do its own surveys, so it depends on government's data, how government has taken whatever data they have collected. So now you have here print option and download the chart into JPEG, PNG, PDF, or whichever format you want. And you can also download this information, this data into Excel CSV. So wherever you find any simple dot, you please go through it. There will be some information under this. And this is available in 5 different languages. So now let's go to microdata. I'll just quickly show you. I'm sorry, I'm running very fast because of the time constraint. If we have in our office, we do face-to-face for 4 hours and we do hands-on training and all that. But unfortunately, virtually, I can't ask you questions and it's very difficult to ask questions also. So let's do microdata. $3,692 data are available. Microdata is like it's a survey data which is collected for a specific purpose from a specific area. It could be a village, could be a town, or just a district, or whatever it is. So let's see what kind of data we are looking for. Let's say malaria. If we are doing research on malaria, that what kind of surveys have been done. There are 255 studies done out of this. Maximum studies are done on malaria. So because World Bank is funding a lot of money in health sector, and malaria is the one where we are working a lot. So this is India, Uganda, and other countries. Lots of countries you will find, and you can go through any of these countries' survey data and you can find information on that. Like every detail, what kind of study it was done, where was this study done, village level malaria service providers, and scope of the study, all that details. Geographical coverage, as I said, it is a small town or village or district. Sundargarh and Mayurbhanj district in Odisha state. So who all have done it? Sampling, what kind of sampling was done. So this helps you if you are doing any kind of survey. So you can straight away come here and download the questionnaires also. So if you go to documentation, all the questionnaires are available. There are so many questionnaires which were used to do this study. Fever in last 2 weeks, malaria preventing during pregnancy, health status and utilization. So lots of different kind of studies which were done during this project. And final report and technical documents are also there. If you click on this PDF, you will find the complete questionnaire. And here you can see get microdata. You click on this and you can find the data. If you want to do further research on or do further analysis on what happened at that time of the information, so you can do that also. So this is about data, open data and microdata. I'll now take you to mobile apps. Here we have mobile apps for iPhone, iPad, as well as for Androids. So these are the ones, some very important apps. OLC is Open Learning Campus. There are a lot of courses which are organized by World Bank. These are short-term courses, 4 to 6 weeks, or sometimes earlier it used to be face-to-face also, but these are virtual now, and you can get certificate also for after doing these courses. And these are basically to improve your skills in any subject. I would say if you are interested, I'll show you, you can go to the main website. I'll show you on the website, and you can select from the calendar the topic of your interest. Finances, whenever whatever funding we are giving in through our projects, all that information is available there. Apart from that, why this app is important? Because when you start working in any business organization or anywhere private sector, and you would like to participate in World Bank's tender information, all that you will get through these apps. All the tenders, EOIs, expression of interest, that is for the consultants, all that information is available through this app. Moreover, we have this spatial agent. This is our lots of new indicators which are included in that, which we cannot include in our word development indicator. It's a very handy app. You must download it, and there is a tour to this to use this app. You go through this, and sometimes you get real-time data on these apps. So for example, I'll just show you from my computer. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, so this is like, the air pollution AQI level in the country. So this is the real-time data. Similarly, you will get this, of course, is a Microsoft's information which I'm using, but similar kind of information you will get from that app. See, you can come to Delhi and see what kind of air pollution is there in your nearby area. Or you can see cloud information, weather information, ground level water information, what is the ground level water for your this thing, and all those kind of things which you can see on this map through this app. Okay, so all these financial, and you can try all this, and even word development indicator is also available through mobile app. And here you have Android. Through Android also, all these apps are available, Android phone. So if you have any specific question, you want to see any specific thing, otherwise I'll continue with how long, ma'am, we can go ahead?
Ma'am, you can go for another 10-15 minutes.
Okay, so then I'll move to our India page.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to stop this. Okay. So www.worldbank.org/IN, if you do, we have all the countries have their website, their portal on the World Bank website. So if you want to do research or any country, you can come to their country site. And we have completed 75 years working with the World Bank. You must go through this video and see how we have evolved, like what are the different major projects where we have worked with the country, like Green Revolution, White Revolution, Air India modernization.
Ma'am, we've lost your voice. Hello? Sunita ma'am, can you hear us? I think some connectivity issue.
I'll call her up.
Yeah. I think there's some technical issue from her side. So I request the students to wait for a while and just be patient.
She's audible now?
No, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's fine.
we can.
It's fine.
Okay, okay.
But we can't see your screen now.
I will have to share it again.
Okay.
I'm just sharing it.
Yeah, sure.
There is some problem with the India page, I think. Can you see now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. So we have worked on COVID-19 during this last 2.5 years. So a lot of information you will get from this page, and it is still downloading. But I would like to show you here that we are on Facebook and Twitter, and we bring out newsletter every 2 months. So this is also available online. You can subscribe to this newsletter. And Facebook page specifically, I would like to show you, because here you must subscribe to our Facebook page. As you can see, there are more than 2.3 million people who follow our page, Facebook page, and we share all our information. Like, this was shared 15 hours ago. Every day we are putting up something or the other to for people to understand more about the topics, like sometimes the videos. And Twitter is also followed by our Twitter is also followed by lots of big MPs and parliamentary committees and all those kind of people. So please, if you are on Twitter and Facebook, please follow it, and I'll show you why you should follow our Facebook also. See, we keep organizing the discussion series as with the IITs, IIMs, and other lead colleges on their request. A lead specialist from our office, they come and talk to you people. We physically used to go, but now it's online only. And we also help government, civil societies, and other organizations, and we to for the events which they organize. We go there and talk about our activities, specialize in the in any subject. And you can see this, our president sitting in Lady Shri Ram College. This is Lady Shri Ram College principal who's addressing, and this is also our specialist who's in IIM Udaipur. And these are the kind of activities we keep doing, and we keep organizing quiz competitions, blogs, and case study competitions. Now, blog competition, photo competition we used to organize, and we are now going to organize quiz on our Facebook page. So you must participate in that. We had organized on online education and future of work recently, and this was open for student youth. Youth is from 18 year to 35. So even if you have completed your studies, you can still participate in these activities. And this case study competition we organize with any college. For example, we have done it when we started with the Sustainable Urban Transport Project, and it was with the Shri Ram College of Commerce. And you know, more than 2,000 students participated in this competition, and they selected best 8 teams. 8 teams means each team has 3 students. And all these teams had made such a wonderful presentation that our team decided that we will do it every year, and we will hear from the young minds. And these presentations were also given to the Department of Economic Affairs, which is our contact person, contact link in the government office. You know, they were such wonderful presentation, and they came up with the challenges in their specific cities, and how to solve those. And they have given the solution also, not only challenges, the solutions also, how they would think that it can be solved very easily. And then we did this Ganga Rejuvenation, Eat Right India. That was done in 2020 January. And these presentation again were so wonderful that then we started involving the project from the government side also, MDs of the project. And there was one person from our office and one from the college, participating college, the principal or the head of Department of Economics, whosoever is representing. And they liked the presentation so much that MDs of the projects have offered 1 year full internship, paid internship to these. Unfortunately, it was not taken up because of the COVID. Otherwise, you know, all the finalists were given this opportunity. That means around 25 to 30 students were in each project were given. And this marine plastic pollution and air pollution we did virtually. And in this, our World Bank team was so impressed that they have given consolation prizes to all the participants. So we are giving 10,000, 7,000 and 5,000 rupees coupon to all the team members, first, second, third winners. So all this, I'm not saying money is not important, but your participation, and during this process, you learn from others, you learn about the topic, you go and search on about that topic, and then participate. Definitely, you will have to do some research work on that. So it's very interesting case study competitions. We are again going to organize 2 this year, 2 or 3. So I'll send that details to your ma'am, ET ma'am, and otherwise you can see it on our Facebook. I'll show you, you know, after all this presentation, how you get opportunities to be seen on our website. So this was air pollution thing where, you know, this person, ambassador from Afghanistan, who came and addressed the students. And then these winners were given the opportunity. This is a professor of the college. And then they were given the opportunity to go and present it in South Asia competitions. And then finally, and they were given opportunity to Y2Y global youth competitions and other competitions they were invited. And you get international recognition on that. So you must go and read these blogs. And I'll show you another. This is what we did on, that was on marine plastic pollution, and this was on air pollution. Youth rise up to fix country's toxic air pollution. So this is the blog, how we went about it. This was Shriram College of Commerce, Shriram Macromania Youth. They participated, they took the initiative. And this is how the students' voice, they learned what they learned. This is about the first winner, second winner, and all the three students from each group. They have shared their experience. And their presentations are also shared with the senior people in our office so that their views are also taken up. In Ganga project, they were so impressed that MD said that I'm going to use all the views in my next project. So can you imagine the kind of visibility you people are getting in the by participating in these competitions? So I'll share these links with you. You can go through this. And what is this? So this is like a Ganga rejuvenating project. We have lots of multimedias. So you must go through our multimedia things. If I play it, I don't know whether you will be able to listen it. But it in small 3 to 4 minutes, it gives you the challenges of Ganga, how it is improving and all that. Can you hear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
You can.
I'll not play all because of the time constraint, but beginning.
Ma'am, we can't hear your voice again.
Okay, I'll just stop it here because you can, go on your own and see. We don't have time also to show
I think
all this.
students want to ask some questions, so probably.
Yeah, I will just take you to the job site first, and then we will go to the question answers.
Yeah.
So, where is it? Yeah. So working with us, we just, I'll just finish after this job opportunities. You can go to current openings, and here you have lots of openings. We have, let's search by location, South Asia. And we just say India. So we have a backend office in Chennai. So lots of positions are advertised for Chennai also. Here you can see New Delhi office, Chennai office, Mumbai office. So all you can go through it and see and just apply online if whenever it is according to your requirements. And then another thing I just want to show you is programs and internships. Sorry. What is happening? Yes, this thing is creating some problem. Yeah. Programs and internship. Here you should go through all these, but young professional program, if you want your career in the bank, you should go through this, see the eligibility criteria, listen to other YPPs who have already successfully done these courses. They share their experience, frequently ask questions, then you apply it online. it is just, after masters, it is asking for 2 or 3 years experience. But once you get this, that means you can reach to the vice president level or director's level, depending on your capabilities. And moreover, you, while doing this training program, you get full-fledged salary for 2 years. That is also international salary, Washington salary, because this training is held in Washington. And you are given 5 years contract to work in the bank. And after that, it depends whether you apply in the bank or you go somewhere else. And this is a best program in the world, which I can just bet on that. So this is what I just wanted to say. Now we have taken a lot of your time, and I would urge you again to just follow our Facebook page, and I'll just stop it here. Any questions?
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your exploratory vision on the subject. It was indeed insightful and inspiring. May I now request Ms. Shruti Goyal, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, to take the queries of the participants.
Thank you, Medha. Thank you so much, Sunita ma'am, for your insightful words on data. There are a few questions that the students have posed, and I would like to ask them. There's a question by Nipun which says that we can see that World Bank is a bank of data, but is there anything that the World Bank does to make data comparable across different countries and across different time periods?
Yes, this data which we are collecting from the government are different indicators. Each country is collecting in a different way. Like sometimes the calendar year is different. They collect from January to December. Some countries are collecting from April to March. So we have a team of people who have more than, I think, 1,000 people who are sitting in Washington, and they are bringing the data into comparable format. So on the FAQs, you can see there is one question which is given, that how they are bringing the data into comparable format also. Or if you have any question, you can always ask this question to the DEC team also. But of course, they will not give you the formula that how they are doing it, but they will definitely give you a good answer.
Thank you, ma'am. Another related question was, how do we, as a researcher and as undergrad students, how do we look at the accountability or the authenticity of the data if it's an open source resource?
See, the data is as authentic as the government's data, but only when we are doing bringing it to comparable format. So then there is little bit like point something will be some minimal decimal points will be a difference. But if you find a major difference in the data which you take from government, and then major difference on our website, you can always report it back to us. We are very open, and that is the main reason to open data to everyone, that you please come up with the discrepancies which we have. But normally this data is very, very much authentic. If you put it in any of your studies, this data will be acceptable.
So ma'am, another question by Rashi. She's asking that there are missing data values is one of the limitations that we see while surfing online data that poses some variation in the final data set. So what can be the solution to this?
There's no solution to this, because the countries are not collecting that kind of data. Why data is missing also, you can see in FAQs that the countries are not collecting that kind of data. And you can see some now there is a lot of data discrepancy because of COVID. Lots of countries have not collected data of 2020. So we are just depending on countries that how they collect the data. But there is sometimes, on the World Bank website also, there is sometimes like what could be the data is also not real data, but what do you say, approximate data thing is also there.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, Nishant wants to ask, what is your opinion regarding the allegations against the World Bank that it is dominated by a few countries and yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. That is why in the beginning I said I showed you how the World Bank functions, right? Of course, when the bank was started, it was established. At that time, it was decided that the president of the World Bank will be an American and president of the IMF will be a Britisher. So, but later on, they, I think 2 terms back, there was a big interview which was done on different people who had applied for that, and the previous president was a Korean. Of course, he was settled in America, but Korean. And this one, because this is definitely the president is from American national, but and another real thing is that we have a voting power also. Whenever there is any policy decision which is taken, there is, and it is given in who we are. Under that, if you can see voting power, the countries who are putting maximum amount, they have definitely major voting rights. So India is at the 7th position, China is at the 3rd position, US and then now I don't know about UK, but US, UK, Russia, Germany, they are at very privileged position for their says. But otherwise, as I said, all the policies mostly are decided at the annual meetings. But again, voting rights also sometimes plays there. And this time, our finance minister has got a big applaud from in the annual meetings regarding COVID situation and vaccination, the way India has handled all the vaccinations and all. So she was present there at in the meeting. So as I said, finance minister is the governor. So our president has taken special time to applaud our finance minister.
Ma'am, so students also want to know that as undergrad students, are there any set of skills that they should be focusing on right now if they are looking at a career in World Bank later?
They should only, they can go into any direction, like any development sector if they are looking at. And economics is a very good to start with. And after that, they can go into any different field. They can specialize themselves in any different field, or even people from doing MBA from Harvard after doing this, or MBA from any other institute. Now, I'm not saying always Harvard or this is important, but agriculture specialist, education specialist, any specialization will work to work in the World Bank. That depends on your interest, how you want to. We have people like they have done economics and agriculture, they have done education and only education specialists are also there. So it depends on your interest.
So, ma'am, a question by Swati. She wants to ask how much World Bank is dependent on the funds provided by the developed nations?
See, the IDA funding is totally coming from the developed nations, and whatever repayments are coming from countries. So developed nations, when every 3 years, we have a meeting with all the developed nations. So they plan for next 3 years funding to which countries. And in 2015 or 16, I think we had to play a very big role that India should keep getting IDA funding. It received till 2017, but before that we had played a very big role, and 9 executive directors from World Bank, they came, visited India to see India's actual condition, and they were taken to all the rural areas and all to show that no, poverty is still there. So it depends on, but again, as I said, GNI per capita is very high of India, so we cannot sustain and keep it to IDA funding. But IDA funding is coming from the developed nations.
So, ma'am, another question regarding open data. Manan wants to ask, doesn't open data leads to increase in plagiarism?
No, why it will increase plagiarism? Because no, I don't think so. Because plagiarism is like if you are copying word to word to your research reports, but here you are only taking references and you are only we do say that okay, you can use it, reuse it, and commercially use it, but that doesn't mean that you are copying word by word when we are doing your own research. You are only taking references from here. So that is I don't think it is relevant to that. But I'm not expert on plagiarism also. I'll check that.
And ma'am, just a request that could you please share the presentation on the email ID that of the department?
Yeah, I will share the presentation, definitely.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to call Sumit sir for the vote of thanks. Sumit sir, are you there? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I was not muted actually. Yeah. So thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone, and to the one and all present here. I would like to express my gratitude to our chief guest and eminent speaker, Ms. Sunita Malhotra from the World Bank. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time from your busy schedule to grace this event. And I'm sure this, on this topic, which is very, very informative on big data, our students have benefited and they would understand now exactly how data works and what are the opportunities for them after doing graduation and pursuing their career in research. They would have a better understanding of that. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this. And I would like to thank our principal, Professor Shiv Kumar Sahadev, who has always provided us immense support to make this webinar successful. And in the end, it's a big thanks to our organizing team, our faculty, the volunteers, our students who always made this, worked very hard to make this webinar successful. And thank you everyone once again for making this a great success. And it was lovely knowing your views, and good questions were being posed by our students. And definitely, ma'am, we're looking forward to see you. And once the student gets better, we would expect to get back to you on this and try to get more enhanced training on big data and metadata and other sources from World Bank. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Sumit sir, the entire faculty of the Economics Department of Shivaji College, and all the student council members for their efforts throughout. Thank you everyone for attending and making this workshop a great success. For more updates on such interesting sessions, do follow EPITOME on various social media handles. The link is provided in the chat box. It is also a reminder for everyone to fill the feedback form shared in the chat box to get e-certificates for the session. Till then, stay connected and stay safe. We will see you next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
ma'am.
Sir, and thank you, your principal, sir, especially, who has taken time to come and address and encourage the students. and Iti ma'am, who has really taken the initiative to organize this event. And thank you, Miss Medha and Miss Shruti Goen for all your nice words and taking up the questions. And I would look forward to seeing you through our Facebook page and participating in our competitions, and look forward to meeting you sometime in your college. Let's hope that everything goes normal now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ma'am, before everybody leaves, is it possible that we all can open a camera? For Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Just a second. Sure. So can you check with the picture? Is somebody clicking it? Yeah. Okay, Devantis first, and others, please open your camera. Mansi, Ritik, yeah, perfect. Okay. We take in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
very
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Iti. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.